Schwartz. Anthony Schwartz, never heard of this guy. Third round pick out of Auburn in 2021. Wide receiver, he ran the first one in. Chris Godwin had a touchdown. It was tied 10-10 at half. Bucks struck first in the third, but then end of the fourth. Njoku, crazy one-handed catch to tie it. Send it to OT. It looked like nobody wanted to win the OT. And then the Browns got it done. 3-yard run, Nick Chubb. They got the dub. Browns, they're 4-7. 4-7. Deshaun Watson, he's coming back. Buccaneers, 5-6. They're still okay. They're still top of their division. They're doing fine. Cleveland, 4-7. They're third now. They're tied with Pittsburgh. They're tied with the Steelers. But, yeah, Brissett, he had a decent day. Chubb had a really good day. Brady was okay. But other than that, Godwin, 100 yards and touchdown. He had a good game. Cooper, 94 yards. Njoku, 5 catches, 29 and a touchdown. Solid for a tight end. So, decent day for both teams. But, yeah, it's interesting to see how the Browns end up with Watson. Bengals, Titans. Nice little rematch here. Playoff rematch from last year. Both teams are looking good after slow starts. I think they were both just 0-2. But they're both doing fine now. They're both 7-4. Bengals got the dub. 20-16. Bengals got the dub. Evening up their records. But, if nothing happened in the first quarter. Couple field goals in the second. Couple touchdowns. But, the Burks fumble recovery. Oh, was it Henry? Henry had the big, it was a screen pass, and then he fumbled it, and then Burks just recovered it in the end zone. That was pretty funny. But P. Ryan got in the end zone. I finally said it right. P. Ryan. I'll do this thing where if I read a name first, however I read it, it's hard to get out of that once you learn the real thing. But I always said Perrine. I like Perrine. Perrine is a good name. P. Ryan, Perrine. Come on, Perrine's better, but it doesn't matter. Couple field goals in the third, and then Higgins scored, and then Titans kicked a field goal with 6 minutes left, and they weren't able to get back in the end zone. But I don't know. The field goal was probably the right move, but ended up losing it anyway. So, but yeah, both 7-4. Cincinnati, second in the division. Titans are first in theirs. The division is rough. The Colts, the Jags, and the Titans, that's pretty easy teams to fend off. But yeah, both these teams looking good. Both looking like playoff teams for sure. Dolphins, Texans. This one, I think everybody knew who was going to win this one. There's a team with a high-powered offense and solid defense. And there's one that, I don't know what they have. They have a good running back, but even he didn't even play well. So, Dolphins 30-15 over the Texans. They're 8-3 now. Texans 9-1. They need that number 1 pick badly. Dolphins first in the division. They're holding off the Bills. Houston is last, but Dolphins ran away with it. Smythe got in, Wilson got in, Xavier Howard fumble return. They just ran away with this one. They didn't even try in the second half. They didn't have to. They didn't have to. They didn't have to do anything. Jets versus the Bears. Mike White, 315, 3 touchdowns. They dominated. They really, it was a good game for the first half. Then second half, they just pulled away. 2 touchdowns in the third, and they were already up 7. So just nothing going from the Bears. You can't really blame them. They had Trevor Siemian in, and he was hurt. He got hurt in warm-up. So what do you expect? But the sad thing is, Wilson's been terrible. Wilson has been god-awful, but when you got a young QB, I know they have a good team, but when you draft a young QB, you have to commit to developing them. And The Bears' defense is god-awful. They traded everyone away. This is the type of game anybody would have gone off against the Bears. So now it's like, oh, Mike White's the guy. Is he? No, he just played the Bears. Zach Wilson might have done the same thing. This would have been a good game for Wilson to play. I mean, they're 6-4, and then if Wilson were to blow this one, at least it was against the Pats. They have a solid defense. The Bears do not. They should have played him one more game, and if he didn't do this, then you move on. But honestly, this would have been a good game for Wilson to play in. He probably would have done all right. That's all I can say. But yeah, I don't know. Mike White, you want to go with Mike White, that's fine. He might be good for this year. He might be their best option. I don't know. But in terms of letting your number 2 pick develop, this is a game you'll want him to play in because it should be easy for him. But Mike White's a GOAT. Commanders. Falcons. Commanders got the dub, 19-13. They've really turned it around. They were 4-5. And looking a little iffy. They've won 3 straight, 7-5. They're looking like a solid playoff team. Falcons, I think, were also 4-5, and now they're 5-7. So, crazy thing is, the Falcons, they're in a better position than the Commanders. Commanders are last in their division. They could still get in the playoffs. They really could, but the Falcons almost have an easier path. They're right behind Tampa. Buccaneers haven't looked like anything special. They could easily win a few games and somehow get in. But that's crazy. That's crazy. They are still last in the division. But, yeah, not a ton of scoring. Brian Robinson got in the end zone. Michael Pruitt got in. Other than that, a lot of field goals. Hey, that's football, baby. That's football. Broncos, Panthers. I gotta tell you, this one was fun for me because I say it almost every video. I'm like, I'm a Broncos hater. I've been calling their downfall since the beginning of the season. I said they were going to be the worst team from that division. The Raiders they're testing them. They're testing me there, but I said the Broncos would not be good. And watching Russell Wilson lose to Sam Darnold and the Panthers, who traded away their best player last month. That's brutal. That's brutal. I'm sorry, Broncos fans. I'm sorry. Russell, 19 for 35, 142, and a touchdown. Pretty much, I mean, Darnold was 11 for 19, 164 and a touchdown. So pretty much better stats. Half the attempts. And then Foreman, solid game. He went over 100 yards. Man, DJ Moore over 100 yards. Solid game from the Panthers, but they got chill. They got chill a little bit because they need draft picks. They need a high draft pick. They really do. No, but they're fine. They're third in their division. Denver down to last. Raiders are just ahead of them. One game ahead. But, yeah. Nice win for the Panthers. 23-10. Ravens. Jaguars. Interesting game. The Ravens, they're good, but I don't know what happened this one. Sometimes they just, I don't know what to say about this one. It was just weird because it was a good game, and the Jaguars, they're not like a good team, but they can scare you, and that's exactly what they did here. And just, I mean, into the fourth quarter, they're up 1. Ravens score, get the 2-point conversion. And that was with 2 minutes left. And then you got the Jaguars, man. They go up the field, score, then they go for 2. Forget the tie. We're winning this thing right now. And then they get it. And that's just, it's just winning football. Winning football from Trevor. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. He knows how to win. He's got national titles. But let's peep the stats here. Lamar, 254, 1 touchdown, 89 rushing. So, solid day for him. And just Lawrence, man, 29 for 37, 321, 3 touchdowns. That's good stuff. What more could you ask for? What more could you ask for, really? Zay Jones, 145 yards. Jeez. But nice win for the Jaguars. 4-7 now. Ravens are 7-4. Ravens still first in the division. They're good. We're pretty much tied with Cincinnati. I think they have the head-to-head, but Jacksonville, they're third in the division. So Cardinals, Chargers. Figured this one would be close. This one, I would have picked if I would have made picks, I would have picked the Chargers, and the Cardinals probably would have won. But Cardinals, I mean, they're similar to the Jags, where it's like, all right, their record's not good. Some weeks they don't show up, but some weeks they're going to scare you. And this one they definitely did. Definitely scared the Chargers a little bit, but that's why you go for 2. That's why you go for 2. Don't play. Another game-winning drive. This one from Herbert, Trevor Lawrence, game-winning drives. Good stuff. And Brissett. This is good stuff, man. Love football. But, yeah, 25-24. 2-point conversion. Forget OT, man. Forget OT. Go for 2. But Chargers, good win for them, 6-5. Cardinals, 4-8. Not looking great for them, but Chargers, second in the division. Cardinals, third in their division. So, interesting stuff. Nice, very good win for the Chargers. This was a very good win for them, honestly. Raiders, Seahawks. This is a good game, and honestly, I gotta say, I missed a decent amount of it. Sometimes I'll get to the 4:00 games, and I'll just be like tired just from like watching. I just won't really pay attention, or I'll do something else. I'll just kind of have it on, but just like hearing about this game and then seeing the highlights and stuff, it's just like, Jesus. And of course I have Josh Jacobs in my one league, so shout out Josh Jacobs. But crazy game, 40-34. Seahawks, man, they just keep losing these shootouts. I don't know. Their defense just can't hold up. I mean, it's not like the Raiders are freaks or anything, but, I mean, Jacobs had a good game. Let's see. And then, I believe Adams didn't score. I thought he did get in the end zone, but he did not. He actually, this is the Josh Jacobs game. Oh my God. 33 carries, 229 yards, 2 touchdowns, 6 catches, 74 yards. Dang, that's just, what a game. I mean, Carr, he would have had a good game. 295, 3 touchdowns, but then 2 picks. And that's tough. Hey, but they pulled it out. Must win game for them. 4-7 now. Seahawks are 6-5. Raiders, third in the division. Seahawks are second, right behind the 49ers. So, they should be fine. But I don't see them doing much damage in the playoffs. I mean, they'll probably sneak in, but don't see them doing much with it. Chiefs, Rams. I don't know why they played this one, man. No, I'm kidding. It wasn't that bad, but the Rams, so many injuries. They just have so many injuries. No Stafford, no Cup. I mean, what are you supposed to do? I'm surprised they scored 10 points. I'm really surprised by that. But Chiefs were fine. Kelsey got one. A lot of field goals. Pacheco got in. So, good game for them. They just had to show up to win this one. But they're 9-2 now. Rams 3-8. They don't have their pick, but it's fine. They won the Super Bowl. That's what it's all about. It doesn't matter that they traded their future. They got the Super Bowl. This year just don't. It doesn't mean nothing. All right, yeah, you want them to repeat, whatever, but it don't mean nothing. They mortgaged the future for the Super Bowl, and you make that trade every time. You do. But they're last in the division, right behind the Cardinals. Chiefs are way ahead. They're running away with it. 9-2. Chargers are right behind them. Well, not right behind them, but they're behind them. They're there. They're in the distance. Somewhere. Saints, 49ers. Saints couldn't even get on the board, man. That's tough. That's terrible. Jimmy G once again managing games. But yeah, he did fine. McCaffrey didn't do much, but Juwan Jennings was the guy who got the touchdown. Never heard of this guy. Let's see. Who are you? Let's find out. All right. 7th round pick from 2020. Interesting. He went to Tennessee. All right. Yeah, I'd never heard of that guy, but he got the score. He was the lone touchdown for the 49ers. But hey, they're playing well. They're playing really well. 7-4. Saints are 4-8. Niners leading the division. Saints are at the bottom, but they're 4-8. And first is the Buccaneers. They're 5-6. So they're really not that far behind. But nice win for the 49ers, for sure. Our Sunday night game. The Packers. The Eagles. Pretty good game. The first quarter was funny. They just both jump out. Take leads. Not take leads. And the Eagles took lead, and the Packers stormed back. 14-13, end of the first quarter. Elliott missed the PAT, but it's just funny stuff. Yeah, because then in the second, the Eagles just ran away. They just ran away again. They scored 2 more. Packers got on the board, so at half, only down touchdown. Eagles came then right out, and just A.J. Brown touchdown. Packers respond, field goal. All of a sudden, it's the fourth quarter. They're down 14, and they made an effort to get back. They just massive touchdown pass to Christian Watson from Jordan Love. Pretty good. Not bad. But yeah, what is it with Rodgers? I can't even think about. I know he had the thumb, but that's not why it came out. I can't think of the injury. I cannot think of it. But it's fine. He might be okay. It doesn't matter. The Packers, man, 4-8. Eagles 10-1. Packers, third in the division. Eagles, they are first in one of the better divisions this year. So 10-1. Jeez, just great year. But just gotta hope they show up for the playoffs. Regular season, we all know it means nothing. You could win 18 straight if you lose the last one. Nobody gives a shit. But yeah, good win for the Eagles. Very good win. Steelers Colts Monday night game. Gotta be honest, I did not watch this. I just wasn't feeling it. I just wasn't feeling it. But I missed a field goal, touchdown, field goal, touchdown. Actually, geez, pretty good finish. Yeah, it was like 16-3 at half. I just was like, I really don't care about this game. But Colts fought back. Colts fought back there for sure. They literally took the lead. And then Steelers got that touchdown in the fourth. And then that was it. 24-17. Steelers are 4-7. Colts 4-7-1. Steelers need draft picks. But they're fine. They don't have to worry about the playoffs. The Colts should have been a better year for them. They're just not out of it yet, though. That's what's crazy. They are not quite out of it, even at 4-7. Still got time. They still got time. But they're one of my playoff picks. I'm not feeling good about it now, but that's fine. That is perfectly fine. Let's take a look now at the standings. All right. NFL standings. Playoffs, baby. All right, for the AFC. Chiefs still at the top. Dolphins. Then you got Titans and Ravens, both at 7-4. 8-3 Bills in that first wild card spot. Bengals and Jets got the last 2 spots, so Pats got pushed out. They're lucky though. They have the tiebreaker win. They win the tiebreaker right now over the Chargers, so they're right there in that 8th spot. But Colts are behind them, and then it's just a bunch of the scrub teams: Jaguars, Raiders, Browns, Steelers, and even further down, Broncos, Texans. But in the NFC, I can't tell if the NFC is good this year. No, they got good teams. So we got Eagles, Vikings, Niners, Bucks, Cowboys, Giants, Commanders. The whole NFC East in. I want the AFC East to be the same, honestly. But I like the Eagles. I think they're solid. The Vikings, they're good. Don't see them going the whole way, though. I feel like the only teams from the NFC that can make a run would be Eagles, Cowboys, and the Niners. I could see them all making runs for the Super Bowl. But yeah, Seattle, Falcons, Lions, Packers, Cardinals, all just not great records. They're running out of time. But Saints, Rams, Bears, all at the bottom here. But yeah, and then the AFC, Chiefs have a Super Bowl team. Dolphins, Titans, I don't think. Ravens, I don't think. Bills have a Super Bowl team. Bengals, I really don't think they get back this year. And then Jets, no, they don't have it. Chargers are better on paper. They just haven't quite put it together, but I don't know. Yeah, I think Chiefs, Dolphins, and Bills are the teams to look out for, and then Eagles, Cowboys, and Niners. So those are my two of those teams I think would make the conference championship. But yeah, that's I'll definitely do one of those videos where I what is it called? NFL, the playoff simulator. It's like a playoff simulator video, and I'll just make all the picks for the upcoming weeks, and then we see where everybody lands, and then that'll be my predictions for the playoffs. So maybe I'll do that soon. But hope you enjoyed.